Mary. Gotta tell them, yeah, we top. Live with it. Yeah, we going up, ain't no stopping it. Cry good, proud with it. Yeah, we going up, ain't no stopping it. All I got is tunnel vision. All I got is tunnel vision. All I got is. Oh yeah, whoa. Look, they can never keep me down, I'm going. And if I ever fail, just know I'll go again. I never quit, cause I know that every loss may lead to another win. I'm going up. I bet when I land, they gon' tell me it's luck again. See that I'm winning, it's harder to watch. I'm setting the stage, you should give me my props. You ain't got no soul, you lacking the spirit. You talk out your neck, I'ma show you I'm with it. I would really hate for you to sit and watch me win again and win again and win again. I know it's probably getting old, me and win a synonym. So if I ever win again, just know I did the minimum. I didn't have to sell my soul. Oh, yeah. Please don't play no games with me. It was never about the fame to me. They needed the best, so they came to me. Whoa. Who the best in this thing? Tell them, yeah, that's me. Tell them who bring the fire, say, yeah, that's me. Who make it flip, make it bang, ooh, yeah, that's me. Who make the party feel alive, tell them, yeah, that's me. My girl so proud of your boy when they ask, is that your man? Yeah, that's me. And if I'm taking a shot, I don't miss. Who knew I would be at the top like this? And no one made my goals for me. But I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Cause it's the path that God chose for me. So even if some doors close for me, I still won't let y'all close to me. So please step back where you're supposed to be. Put the game all on hold for me. And sit back, watch me roast to be. It's in my genes, I'm better than them. And I know my flow too sick, I got the medicine. I'm way at the top, who could take my place? I went too hard, can't feel my face. Who the best in this thing? Tell them, yeah, that's me. Tell them who bring the fire, say, yeah, that's me. Who make it flip, make it bang, ooh, yeah, that's me. Who make the party feel alive, tell them, yeah, that's me. Whoa. Yeah, ooh, yeah, that's me. Who that chillin' at the top, tell them, yeah, that's me. Yeah, yeah, tell them, yeah, that's me. Yeah, I'm chillin' at the top, ooh, yeah, that's me.
Don't test me.
You don't impress me, so don't test me, nah.
So don't test me, nah. Don't test me.
Yo, you don't impress me, so don't test me, nah.
So don't test me, nah. Don't test me.
Yo, they wouldn't let me. Man's gal wanna come undress me. Swing with the right, but I might go lefty. I made plus with it, so don't test me. They wouldn't let me. Man's gal wanna come undress me. Swing with the right, but I might go lefty. I made plus with it, so don't test me. Nah.
You don't impress me, so don't test me, nah.
So don't test me, nah. Don't test me.
You don't impress me, so don't test me, nah.
So don't test me, nah. Don't test me.
Don't test. Don't test. Don't test.
Yo,
don't test. Don't test. Don't test. Don't test. Don't test. Don't test. Don't test.
yo,
Don't test. Don't test. Don't test.
they wouldn't let me. Man's gal wanna come undress me. Swing with the right, but I might go lefty. I made plus with it, so don't test me.
Don't test me.
They wouldn't let me. Man's gal wanna come undress me. Swing with the right, but I might go lefty. I made plus with it, so don't test me. Nah, they wouldn't let me. Man's gal wanna come undress me. Swing with the right, but I might go lefty. I made plus with it, so don't test me. They wouldn't let me. Man's gal wanna come undress me. Swing with the right, but I might go lefty. I made plus with it, so don't test me. Nah.
So don't test me, nah.
So don't test me, nah. Don't test me.
You don't impress me, so don't test me, nah.
So don't test me, nah. Don't test me.
Don't test. Don't test. Don't test.
Don't test me.
Yo,
Don't test. Don't test. Don't test.
Don't test me.
Don't test.
Don't test me.
Yeah. All right. Son of Augustine style, you get me? Yeah. New whip outside is different. Ask me where the carpet, mind your business. New whip outside, I'm vicious. Ask me where the carpet, I'll admit it. Can't you tell that I'm riding?
baby!
Let's go!
And we've got an amazing doubleheader to get the party started, beginning with the boys edition of Madison versus Clear Fork, coming at you live and free anywhere the internet can be found. It's Friday Night Futbol to kick off your season, and it's all coming at you from the fabulous Colt Corral. Next.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Futbol right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside of the Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers pre-game show as we kick off the 2024 high school sports year with a really exciting Richland County matchup. Two teams with big-time expectations about to throw down right now inside of the Colt Corral. I'm Brian Skowronski, joined by the amazing Travis Big Lee Berardi. This is a good one to get things started, obviously separated by only a few miles, and two teams obviously last year didn't finish great for Clear Fork. Madison bringing a lot of pieces back, as do the Colts, so I think both of these teams coming into the season in this game feeling like they're going to get a lot of wins.
Yeah, two teams that were young last year, did lose some pieces on either side, but they still have high hopes. And one of the reasons they have high hopes because they have changed divisions. We've gone from 4 to 5 now, or 3 to 5. I don't know, there's so many different sports has all that, but we've gone from 3 to 5 now. So Madison, instead of playing Sylvania and Northview and losing in overtime in a sectional semi, now drops down to Division 3 with the teams of Lexington, like they did. I believe the last time they played in that district, they played for a district championship and lost to overtime to a Lexington squad that went to the Final Four, so they're back there. And then on the other side, Clear Fork drops down to D4, meaning they have a very favorable path if they can get things going, but they're going to have to find a couple guys to score the goals.
Let's tell you, though, about the Madison Rams coming into the season. Off of a 12-victory campaign last year. You mentioned that they lost their opening playoff game in overtime, but so much talent back, Travis. I remember this team from 2 years ago when they were starting like 5, 6 freshmen. Guess what? They're all grown up now. These kids look a whole lot different. There's some facial hair starting to find their way onto their chinny chins. And oh, by the way, a lot of varsity minutes and experience for Tim Lord's club.
Yeah, Tim Lord 2 years ago lettered 8 freshmen. Last year he lettered 13 sophomores. And you'll see in a second the player spotlight. He's going to be one of the best players in the area, and he's back as well. This team, this could be the year that Madison boys soccer gets back on the map.
It's been a little while for them. You mentioned the last time that they got to that district championship game, lost a heartbreaker in overtime.
A header
to Lexington. One of the coolest highlights that I've ever captured on
Great
camera.
match.
But this season could be a different story because Joey Walker is that dude in the area. First team all-district and OCC performer as a sophomore. And everything that's been going on this preseason points to him even going above and beyond those numbers this season.
22 goals, 8 assists
Pretty
for
good.
a squad that returns 3 scores that have had over 5 goals. Couple other players, so they can spread the wealth, but they're going to get it to him first. And if he doesn't, he can get it back to somebody else and score. So it's not just going to be him this year, but you're going to see a lot of him this year.
And how about the cut, man? I just like the style that he's going with. He looks fresh. He looks a little sophisticated all at once. That's exactly what you want out of a star soccer player, Mr. Joey Walker. And as these teams are about ready to line it up here, let's dive into the Clear Fork team spotlight and showcase exactly what the Colts do have coming back, which is a lot. Just like these Rams, Travis, they graduate just 4 seniors. 2 of those, though, their top goal scorers plus their keeper. So can they find some offense? Can they protect their own net? Those are the questions so they need to answer.
Yeah, and like I said, they lost. It was a tough ending to their season last year. They lost a tough one at River Valley that cost them a share of the MOAC championship. Then they played that annual match with Ashland, lost 4-2, and then they beat an up-and-coming Mansfield senior squad. They lost to that team and were eliminated. So a 3-game losing streak to end. Bitter taste in their mouth, but like I said, it's a new season. You know, they've dropped down to D4, so they're not in that tough district that was with the Lexingtons and the Mansfield Seniors and Norwalks and all those teams. So it's some heightened expectations, not only for Madison, but for Clear Fork if they can find some offense.
We're going to answer those questions here tonight. But first, before we kick things off, gotta honor America, the greatest country on planet Earth, with the playing of our national anthem. It's time for the Star-Spangled Banner. And with that, we're ready to meet the teams here at the Colt Corral. And let's meet one in particular from the Colts. Our player spotlight tonight, a youngster, a sophomore, Kade Beachy, the younger brother of Jaden, a dude who I think was a 4-year starter around here these last few years. He was definitely kind of the straw that would mix up the drink, played the midfield role, and now younger brother, I think he's actually trying to replace him, going to be in the exact same spot.
Yeah, and he was 4th in scoring behind guys that graduated, so he might be that guy that they need this year. But hey, a Division II second-team all-district selection for him. He wants to get a little bit higher. He wants to get maybe first team. He wants maybe All-Ohio. But if he can play like an All-Ohioan, Clear Fork's going to have some nice wins this year.
The Colts had plenty of them a season ago, 10, though Travis mentioned they sputtered a little bit down the stretch, that 3-game losing streak, trying to get off on the right foot this year and knock off Madison, a team that took them out 2-0 last year, a low-scoring affair. And speaking with the coaching staff for Clear Fork, Nate Gailey feels like if it's a low-scoring game this year, he kind of likes their chances.
Yeah, and it's the direct opposite for Tim Lord. Got to talk to him for a couple of minutes before the match. They want everybody involved. Defensemen, the ends, they want everybody up and pressuring you. That could get some big results for Madison this year. They want to spread the wealth as well with their big man, Joey Walker. But you got Joey Walker, you got Julius Walker can score, Randy Jamison, Fava, Ashton Taylor, Zach Davies, their top 6 scorers. So, yeah, if you see Joey Walker get double-teamed, triple-teamed, it's probably not going to stop the offense for Madison, but they will go through him.
And if you're out there and you're a Rams fan and you're like, I recognize a lot of these names, that's because they have played a ton of varsity minutes over the last 2 seasons and just now coming into their own, or at least in the leadership roles now in their junior season. What a huge class it is. Also a couple of seniors out there as well that you would expect, like a Mason Jacobs and company, to have some big years and fill in some shoes left by graduation. But this, just a sensational matchup. 2 teams, I think, heading in the right direction, both with ginormous expectations. But one of them, in all likelihood, I know we can get ties here, going to go down here tonight and have to figure out what do we do moving forward from here.
Yeah, and it's going to be, I think this is going to be a very good match to kick things off, not only for the soccer season, but for the OH Report season.
Oh, and speaking of the OH Report season, this guy's been with us since day one. My boy Rafael Osorio, watching all the way from Boise. Shouldn't you be at work? It's 3 in the afternoon out there, buddy, but we appreciate you chiming in live and free right here on the Facebook and the YouTubes. High school soccer, the season, it's all here. So much coming up, Travis. Our schedule absolutely loaded after we just have 2 games today, and then nothing tomorrow, and then starting next week. Buddy, it's a landslide.
I mean, we only get, 4 or 5 weeks? It seems like yesterday you and I were watching kids dog pile at Canal Park for the end of baseball season. Now we're right back. I had a nice 10-day break, and I got tired of doing nothing. So I'm like, I got to get back to work. So I was looking forward to this moment.
Indeed. Yeah, we've had a nice build-up, as do these high school athletes, of course, during the summer. They put in the time. Talking to my daughter, she was like, dude, it was getting to be a lot. I'm so glad the season's finally here. 2 days are gone, Dad, and I'm just going to focus on 1 practice per day and then some games. So I'm sure it's the same for all these athletes out here. So what determines a winner here tonight? Let's dive into our keys to victory. Surprise me, pick a team.
Let's go with the Madison Rams, as selected by our Adam Thompson. And I'll go first. Let Joey work.
Why not?
Get it to Joey. Let him score for you. Get comfortable. If you want to get comfortable, a good way, getting it to the person that's gotten you here the last couple of seasons. So let Joey work.
And he will, unquestionably. He's that workhorse for them on the offensive side, but they got a lot of other dudes. You mentioned the names and all the goal scoring and then the top assist dudes. If they can just connect some passes, it doesn't always have to be to Joey Walker. Fine feet, keep possession, and I think that Madison will come out victorious here tonight. On the other side, playing here at home for the Colts, you gotta find some confidence.
Yeah.
This is a team that during the preseason, you look at a lot of their outcomes so far in their scrimmages, they've really struggled to score. So they don't have a Kade Beachy anymore to really distribute. They don't have a Carson Hogger to go out there and can get you 20 goals in the season. Coach Gailey says you need to be a lot more selfish, sophomores.
Yep.
Figure it out. Take your own shots.
Yeah, and that was with my key, find that guy. Madison has that guy in a Joey Walker who will be that guy for the Colts to help them be successful this year in what could be a very good year, like I said, with them dropping down to D4.
Sure.
The teams that they have in there are Upper Sandusky and Clyde, not the likes of an Ontario or a Lexington or a Norwalk or Mansfield Senior like that. So this could be an opportunity for Clear Fork, really, with this expansion of divisions all across sports in the OHSAA for them to really establish something.
Yeah, I think for both the boys and the girls.
Yes.
Dropping down a division for them, or a couple of divisions rather, I think it benefits them more than any other team here in Richland County because of the juggernauts that you mentioned. They don't have to go through a Lexington or an Ontario anymore for the boys. Same thing for the girls. So I think it's going to be a very exciting season around here, and certainly when we get to the postseason. But a long way to go. How about let's get the first minute underway here, baby.
Yeah. We're allowed to talk. We're the media about down the line, but let's see what these two teams have to offer here as we are underway.
Joey Walker with the first touch, and he will lay it back here to Randy Jamison. I would argue probably the top two dudes they got coming back, and you see they got on those captain straps. So looked up to as well, even though just juniors.
And this will be a very big test early on for this defense from Clear Fork, led by Liam Beer, who was a second-team all-district player on the defensive side. He did score a goal last year, but he's going to lead a defensive squad that will probably get tested a few times at least here tonight, and that's a good way of starting things off. You might as well just get it going.
40 seconds here into the match. Nobody's really been able to connect a pass just yet. Though here goes Jamison down the far side. He'll push it forward for a Walker. You see the speed, the ball skills, drifting it back post, and a kick save made already. Kind of a big-time opportunity here for the Rams in the first minute.
He caught that. The four defensemen of Clear Fork on their heels there. He just blew right by them, got the corner too, but nobody there for the cross. He took it on goal, and it was a nice knee save. As you see on the Panchos Tacos replay. And they make good burritos with brisket.
Oh, I can't wait to go get another one of those. I might have to get one tonight. Now that you've got it on the front of my lobe here, Travis, I might be a little distracted here for the rest of this first half, and I'll try to dial it in, but definitely dial them up. I think they do pick up as well. So Panchos Tacos, one of my favorite restaurantes in all of the area. Love them.
Yeah, rice bowls, fajitas, margaritas, jalapeno margaritas as well.
You know the key to my heart. Little give and go opportunity there. Nick Martin pushes it just a little bit behind the intended target, Kade Beachy. And just like there's a big contingent of juniors out here for the Rams, the sophomore class for Clear Fork. So I think there's a lot of assimilations. Clear Fork just a year behind where Madison is right now, but that doesn't mean that they can't have another big-time season, as we saw the Rams last year with 12 wins.
Yeah, and those last 2 years for both sides, about experience.
Sure.
They might have made, a step or more than some would expect with what they had, but both successful seasons last year. They both got a taste of, of some success. Now they just got to have that full circle, go complete to be able to do something special. That's a nice header inside the box.
Yeah, it was headed up by Liam Beer, but kind of the wrong direction, and looks like Madison's going to have set-piece opportunity on the way. So a good start, I think, for the Rams offensively, finding a little bit of flavor, getting into the attacking third, and they'll play it short here for Jamison. And he'll cross it, back post, and it's deflected. The man there, the intended target, Carter Branham. Not sure if he got a piece of it or not.
They say he did. To me, it looked like it hit a Colt, but the ref right down there on the goal line said it did not. It hit him, and it's going to be a goal kick. And we've seen it already. Just like Coach Lord said they were going to do. They were going to apply that pressure.
Sure.
And they've done it so far here in the first few minutes.
This one a little bit mismeasured as it goes behind Owen Whitaker. Another sophomore out there in the starting lineup for Coach Gailey's bunch. Two veteran coaches, none in the area. More experienced, though, than Tim Lord on the opposite sideline here tonight from Clear Fork. He's got to be in year like 23, 24.
Oh, great save.
Yeah, Hayden Wilson coming out for the kick stop again, his second one tonight.
Yeah, he wasn't going to let that one-on-one happen. He went out quick to get that deflection back.
Throwing into the box, and Walker went in for kind of like a slide tackle, and it's just pinged out of there. A wise decision there by the back line of Clear Fork.
As long as I've been in North Central Ohio covering sports, he has been the coach, and much, much longer than that as well.
Oh, certainly.
I've been here since 2016, and he was in year, I want to say 10, 11.
Yeah, if you know exactly how long Coach Lord has been here, definitely drop us a comment and actually get featured in our fan zone. You see, it's bigger and bolder this year, so we put it right in your face. If you drop a comment, we want to make you a part of the game. That's what makes us a little bit unique compared to a lot of the other video mediums out there. Is that we want you to feel like you're a part of the action too.
You comment, you shout us out, we'll shout you right back out when we get a minute. That was a nice attempt there by Madison. The pass a little too strong. If this was on grass, that might have been the perfect pass there, but we're on that nice field turf they have here at the Corral.
Nice interception there by Ashton Taylor, but it gets picked off. Back and forth we go. Colts trying to maintain possession. They haven't done a lot of this, but they do connect on 3 straight and now push down the line. Hard chase made by Berardi, but it's out of play again.
Yeah, Clear Fork trying to take a bit out of the playbook from Madison and press things, but the pass just a little too strong. And miscommunication right there.
Yeah, nice pressure by Branham, though. It's going to send it to the middle of the park. Turn here by Jamison. And he's got friends out on the wing. Here comes Jacobus. Excellent job by the Colts back line, but this one rifled. Wow! Right into the side pocket. Nate Evans makes it 1-0.
Yeesh.
Just as I was complimenting Clear Fork and the defensive unit for what I thought was getting it out of trouble, I didn't realize that he had the sights on his scope set. Zing from downtown. Just blew it right by Wilson, the only place it could have been.
And that was just bad luck, like you said, for Clear Fork. A nice little header to get it out, but right to his foot. And he just set that foot back and sent it. As you see again, that was the perfectly placed ball for him to kick.
Send it in, Nate. At the 34-11 mark.
1-0.
So a big score here by the Rams, and the scouting report as the keeper comes all the way out to the edge of the 18, about as close as you can be. Nate Gailey said he really felt like if there was a goal in the first 10 minutes, this thing might become a high-scoring game. So we'll see if the goals start piling up. I know you and I, we're big fans of offense, so I'm certainly I'm all in for that.
But one coach that would not be a fan of that, Coach Gailey.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the other end, of course, of all those goals piling on top of each other like scoops on an ice cream cone when I order, because it's just too good.
Now, it's like 90 degrees in here in this press box. Now you're making me think about ice cream.
Well, you threw out brisket for me right on my plate 1 minute into the season.
Yeah, it's true.
Consider us even for now, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot more food comments coming through.
And even without G and Storm talking about them, we're going to have a lot of food comments this year.
Yeah, miss the boys. Shout out to them if they get an opportunity to tune in. Always thinking about you.
Oh, yeah.
And happy belated birthday to Mr. Garrett G-Man Parlett from the other day. I know we sent him a nice little Snapchat. Let him know we are still thinking about him.
Yeah, we were doing our – I'll wait for this play to run out. Now it's cleared. We were down doing our hype videos for our football teams that we're contracted with, which, by the way, folks – those things are phenomenal once they get released. So cool. It was so fun working with them, including the Clear Fork football team.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of my favorites that we had in terms of the hype video trailers putting together. And that one not deflected, so off of Berardi last, and we'll get our first sub here for the Colts.
Wes Bunnell, junior, midfielder, defender, will come out. Looks like he's going to head back to the defensive line there.
And that's where Clear Fork really feels like they're going to be strong all season long. Got a veteran group on that back line. They've got a few subs that Coach Gailey really likes. It's just, are they able to produce some offense? And so far in the early portion of this game, connecting in that attacking third. Nate said that's been a problem the entire preseason, and sometimes it just takes time with a young group to start to develop that rhythm and kind of knowing where somebody's going to be out on the field. But against a team like Madison, you're going to have to keep up. This is a high-powered offense, as you see Walker turn into a little bit of trouble, though. Beer with a nice slide tackle. But the Rams maintain possession.
That was quite the matchup as we're going to get a foul there. Just was told Tim Lord took over 2001.
Yeah, I thought so.
23rd year at the helm of Madison, as they're going to get a free kick here in very good territory after the foul on the Colts.
So to put that in perspective, I was a sophomore in high school. I own a sophomore in high school.
I was 8th grade. 8th grade.
How about that? Full circle, baby.
He could have coached you.
This one sizzles in low. That's also Evans, who had the goal earlier to make it 1-0.
And a nice job by Clear Fork to kick that out on the right side of the flag to keep that from being a corner. It will be a throw-in, though.
Yeah, quick one. And into harm's way. Boy, nice toss into the thick of things there. And last touch by the Colts. So we'll get another set piece set up here by the Rams. They played short last time.
You know what? That's something we're seeing more and more now at all levels on the soccer pitch.
Back post by Jamison.
Is just utilizing the throw-in like a corner. You're getting more players that have the arm strength now to, if it's close enough down to that flag that it's not a corner but a throw-in, that they can still use their arms just like their feet and throw it to that back post.
Yeah, it's such a weapon, and we've seen it many different teams here in the area, as you just alluded to. They've got a specialist that you wait for them to come get into the picture. A lot of times it's a defenseman, which is great because then you can have all of your moving pieces and parts on the offensive side all on the pitch for you. For Madison, it's a quick throw in here from Walker. Nice move there from Branham. But the Colts got it packed in right now. 10 guys back defending.
Once again, there's Beer right there to deflect it away.
Yeah, he's going to be the anchor of that defense. Liam Beer, senior year, one of the captains, second team all-district last year, and I think certainly is one of the guys that Coach Gailey was talking about when he said, I really feel like we're going to be able to lean on our defensive unit this year, and that's probably one guy that he knows probably going to play 80 minutes more often than not. Never want him to come off of the field. And just a real sharp defensive mind out there, Liam Beer.
And another nice play by Whitaker, who's had possession for a bit, but he got the steal, gave Clear Fork at least a bit of possession in the offensive end. I think that was their best offensive set so far, but that's what they're going to have to do, use that defense to turn it into offense instead of starting from all the way back there from a goal kick or a free kick.
Whistle's going to blow this play dead. Rams will throw it in all over again. And if you're just joining us, Rams went up 1-0, courtesy of a goal by Mr. Evans. That at the 34-11 mark. And a great opportunity here. Right short corner.
That's going to be a corner.
It was Nick Martin with the attempt, I think deflected off of Jordan Clark. Just stuck his left foot out there and got the deflection. So first opportunity for a set piece really tonight for the Colts. And this is going to be Finn McCauley. Pretty decent into the mix. It lays down. Beer comes in. And he just a little too jacked up. Slams that thing over the top.
Yeah, that was a beautiful set piece there, right at the top of the 8. Lofted enough, got a head on it, and then Beer just underneath the ball a little bit too much. Didn't let it bounce back down to the ground. And like you said, maybe a little too excited and kicked that almost over the football locker room.
Played a little defense back in my day on the pitch, and anytime there's a corner kick, you start salivating a little bit. You're like, okay, coach is setting me up. I'm going to get my chance. And Beer, I think you said, had a goal last year, so you got a little taste of it. But, you know, senior season, you want that a little bit of an uptick.
And shout out to him. Immediately gets back, a clean slide tackle, stops the advancement for a second from Madison. But they got a chance here. Back post. But again, the defense there to shut things down.
Yeah, it's McCauley playing on this right kind of slasher position. Midfielder, dropping back a little bit more in a defensive role. And last touch here by the Colts. So what is this corner kick number 4 for the Rams coming up?
Yeah.
So they've had lots of opportunities.
And yeah, 4 corners and then that one throw that could have been a corner.
I'll have the junior, Nate Evans, and, well, pretty much anybody who's out there is going to be a junior here for the Rams. What a special class. You don't get these coming through very often.
I do remember a Madison junior-senior class that was special.
Yeah, I think you could say, obviously, that this team has had nowhere near the success that the Lady Rams did those years 17 through 20, capping off, of course, with a state championship. But talking to Taylor Russell's dad today, worked on my car and just, sharing some old memories of seasons past. But you definitely get that fill out here with the talent level that these guys have and as many minutes as they've had over the last couple of years. Definitely some similarities.
But, yeah, we'll see what they can do this year. But no matter what, that team's going to be back next year as well. And the leader of that Madison girls soccer squad, she's feeling 22 today.
That's right.
Taylor Huff, happy birthday.
Shout
After producing 3 assists in Florida State's opening night victory at USF, the #1 team in the land, 5-0. And now she gets to celebrate a little bit.
Yeah, I wonder what that looks like when she's in the heat of the season. Of course, during the off season, maybe have a little bit more fun. But for her, it's probably like a early bird special dinner and then get 13 hours of rest.
Schoolwork,
or something.
practice, workout, watching us on the OH Report maybe.
Yeah, I hope so. Let her know that we were going to have Rams vs. Clear Fork on the airwaves tonight after a little birthday wish. And, of course, I wonder, I had to have been about the 40th person to send her that Taylor Swift song, 22 for her 22nd birthday.
Well, Florida State themselves, I believe, did that.
Yeah, it's just some low-hanging fruit. Nice ball movement here by the Rams, but they can't connect on the last one. That was Walker trying to charge right through the heart of the defense, but it rolls into Wilson's hands. Just over 15 minutes gone by here. Opening half, opening night of the high school sports season. Friday Night Futbol. I think one of the coolest things OHSA has put together over about the last 10 years or so. Putting these soccer stars on a showcase on a Friday night. Not very many teams in our area get to do that. Mansfield Christian, because they don't have football, every now and again they'll play a soccer match on a Friday night. But for the most part, this is the only time. Matter of fact, it is the only time that either of these two teams get to play on a Friday.
Yeah, and it always, I kind of understand why, but why don't we have the backyard rivalry as well on Football Friday night? They want to get some extra practice time in, which is fine. So, hey, that's why we get a couple extra cameras down here, because we get to focus on one set of matches here at the Colt Corral, which this is a fun rivalry as well. Last year on the girls' side, a goal with under a minute left was the decider in Clear Fork's victory.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable opening night match.
Shout out Madeline Zazzuto for doing the highlight of that.
Yay. Looking forward to having Mad Dog back with us this season as well.
And while we get a moment, let's take a look at the team rosters. We didn't get a chance to, so as they substitute, here are the Madison Rams. And like you said, a bunch of juniors on this squad, led by Joey
13?
Walker.
13 of them?
Yeah.
So that's an entire starting lineup plus a couple of subs just from that one class. Very rare. Oh, what a move by Walker, left foot. Wilson dives to his left for another save. Got the headband flowing a little bit longer in the back.
Not a lot of traffic, so he's able to watch that ball come in. Saul was within the post, made a nice diving stop, made sure it didn't bounce away. Also, you got to think with these two coaches now that they've been established, and Coach Gailey has done a great job bringing back the competitiveness here at Clear Fork. But then on the other side, Coach Lord, they've had some down years, but when he saw those big numbers as freshmen coming in, the good coaches go, let's see what they have to offer, but give me 2 years with them. Once they become juniors and seniors, we may have something really special coming.
And you got to see it through to the end, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
Coach Lord still looks great. Still a relatively young dude. He took the job in his early 20s, so if he wanted to, he could probably be around for another 20-plus years over on the sidelines.
What's the coaching records here in the state of Ohio? Because, they've had some really successful seasons as well, other than that little drop they had in the last few. And even with that, they had 10 wins.
Yeah, at halftime, I'll jump into the OHSA website. I'll find out who some of the coaching leaders are in terms of wins. Lifetime.
Unless any of you out there would like to help us out, just like Brianna, who let us know how long Tim has been here.
Oh, thanks, Bree. We'll send you a gift card for Live and Free Sports. Look out for it in the mail coming real soon.
which isn't real soon anymore with how slow the mail comes.
It does take a little while, doesn't it? Well, thank goodness for email, as this one goes wide left off the right foot of Julius Walker. And here comes Nick Martin back into the mix now for Coach Gailey. Great coaching staffs on both sides. Nate's got Matt Beachy, his top assistant. Jeff Labaki, the JV coach. So 2 names very well known down here in the Valley. Plenty of high school reps and experience.
And their kids have put up big numbers too. Names synonymous with the history ranks, the record books here at Clear Fork. Labaki. You look at assists on the girls' soccer side. Annika now at Mount Vernon Nazarene.
She's number 1. Yeah, and we saw her big bro was playing in the NOSL league.
And she was
so
too.
Was she.
Yeah.
So just a soccer family, and actually both pretty good basketball players too.
Yeah.
By their own right. Nice pass. Through a little opening. Now they'll split this one out wide. This goes right over the head of Wes Bunnell. Now Joey looking to make a move. Look at the acceleration, deflected, and then knocked out of harm's way there by Swindoll.
Man, the moves he just put on there. Reversing field on a dime. But Clear Fork, that defense, once again, they were piled in the box. Were able to clear it out that time.
And I think that's what they got to do. Now, Coach Gailey said that he would like to play a little bit of a connector set type of offense this year. But it might be in this type of game with a Madison team that's so good, fast and furious with the ball, can find feet. You almost have to try to play those through balls or look for a counter attack and, try to break the ice on the defense with a quick hitter. May not be able to have, a 4 or 5 pass type of setup here this season. As I see my phone ringing with Mr. Zach Truax. Looking forward to having him on our airways for football this year.
Yeah, and many other sports, wrestling.
One thing that kind of frightened me, though, is that Zach told me that his interest level, his love, his passion for football is twice what it is for wrestling.
But have you seen the shows that he has put on here on the OH Report and the calls at our down here at Clear Fork? The excitedness he has for the moves, things like takedowns. He just goes. He's like me calling K-Mac football, just going crazy.
Yes. So don't worry, folks. We will have a viewer discretion advised. Please adjust your volume for every game that Mr. Truax is on this year. And our producer is half deaf now already from one season with Zach doing wrestling. So now that he's paired up for quite a few football games this year, might have to find a hearing aid company to do a nice little trade out with us.
Oh, man.
Off the deflect. See if the Colts can regain possession here. They do with Beachy. And Madison's been really quick, though, to step. As soon as the Colts defenders get possession of the ball, you see someone's flying up. And Tim Lord told you that's where they want to play. They want to have the possession, of course, over in that attacking third and have the defenders right around midfield if they can. And we've seen that more often than not tonight for the Rams.
But it also means that Coach Lord has faith in the conditioning of his team, too, because you're going to bring up the house. You're going to have to get back in case, a pass goes awry or you have a quick counter. So, that's a lot of faith in his team. But like I said, he's seen these guys on the pitch for 2 years already as juniors, and he has the faith. And that might be something the players said, too. So we'll be able to do this, Coach. We can get back and things like that. Hopefully this continues to be as exciting as what our next match will be, which is, coming up right after the conclusion of this. Like I said, last year, the Lady Colts got the best of the Lady Rams with a goal in the last minute at Madison.
That was in the regular season.
But
turn it towards playoff time in October, where Clear Fork and Coach Bechtel, unfortunately, they've had a tough, sour run against some really good competition. Lose in the rematch. And Madison, as we know, went all the way to the regional championship. Bit of an unexpected run, I think.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see head coach Zach Huff back out on the pitch for Madison, too.
So cool.
So, again, we have 4 great soccer coaches out here on the pitch tonight. You'll see Coach Huff and Coach Bechtel on the girls' side, and Gailey and Coach Lord here right now.
This one, nice little turn to it. That one spilled out to the right side by Wilson. And the Colts going to clear it out of their territory, but waiting for it here at midfield, Noah Bluss. And he'll send it into no man's land. Be a turnover, a chance for the Colts to try to get something going moving towards the goal. They just had, arguably their best look about 2 minutes ago of playing time. Didn't come away with a shot.
Yeah, but you're seeing now in the last 5-6 minutes that Clear Fork has been able to get a bit of a counter and advance up a little bit more. They've had more of a possession on the Madison end of the field here, but they just still haven't been able to get something in the front of the box other than that corner kick cross.
So as we saw in the preseason, Colts finding it be a little bit problematic to get some shots on net. See if they're able to turn the corner and turn the page, as they're at least trying to flip the field right now. But Madison wins possession, and here comes Randy. Trying to get a give and go. And now to the middle of the field for Joey Walker. I mean, this dude is just absolutely dynamite, tripped up in traffic. A.J. Swindoll, I think, got a piece of him. So from the football 38-yard line, Rams will be able to move forward here and have 10 dudes playing on the offensive attack.
Second foul of the match, both against the Colts. They try to get their guys in position here.
Yeah, they've got 4 fanned out all around the football 8-yard line. As a lot of trajectory here. Joey Walker got a piece of it. Battle for possession in the box.
And I think a foul against Madison when that. But that ball was in there for way too long for Clear Fork's liking.
Yeah, well done here by Walker. Gets a little piece of it, dropped down at the feet. And then I think just a little push here by Ashton Taylor. The physicality, a little beyond what the referee thought that it needed to be there in the scoring position. And a big thank you to all officials out here.
Oh, yes.
Tonight,
I would not be
night.
able to do it. Would not be able to do it. And this is the main crew. We see these guys out at most of the big games around the area. And, I mean, since this is probably one of the few games going on tonight, why not have them out here for this one?
Yeah, definitely looked around on the schedule, and not a lot of Friday Night Football going down in North Central Ohio tonight. That's why we're pretty much all hands on deck here tonight. Shane Young, one of our newest members, and his first paid gig for the OH Report tonight down on the sideline. Very excited to bring Shane on. Just a year removed from high school out of Winford, contacted me. He put in the work and the hours over the summer and did a lot of great things. Speaking of great things, what a setup by Joey. But it ping-pongs out of there. And the Colts, again, they allow the attacking pressure, but really no good-looking shot on net.
Yeah, Joey did his part there, crossed it, didn't complete the pass because Clear Fork's defense is so good, and still had his hands on his head because he thought he could do better. I don't know how he could do better there. He juked 2 guys like Barry Sanders and still was able to get the ball right in front of the goal.
Yeah, but it was the pass that he didn't really like.
Yeah.
The setup, a little bit too much in the thick of things.
But you know what? For most, I think, soccer players, they'd be happy with that. But for him, such a high competitor, needs to be perfect.
Yeah, levels to everything, of course, as nearly gets his pocket picked.
Another foul.
And here's Julius Walker setting it up. And you always like these angles, I think, when you've got these set pieces. Be able to come attack from one way or the other, kind of confuses the keeper. As this
that's
one
a nice
well
ball.
struck. And here's Joey battling in there with the keeper. And then Wilson able to get it out of bounds, but the Rams maintain possession.
But you see here on the Panchos Tacos replay, Joey did enough to keep the keeper from corralling that, and it turns into another offensive chance, even though Madison now will reset. And he was able to do that without fouling the keeper as well. He kept enough distance, but did enough.
Nice little back and forth going right there between Setzer and then Noah Blust of Madison. As this one shifts down the sideline, will it stay in? It does not.
And that's about the 4th time we've seen Clear Fork try that sideline, but it's either too strong or a little bit out of bounds once their teammates get there.
And Bronson Frost is definitely one of those guys that Coach Gailey, he's expecting to step up this year and become a potent goal scorer, try to create some activity when they get into the attacking third. Second team all-district performer last year. And one of those key veterans, one of the seniors on this squad.
Can he be that guy for the Colts?
And sometimes you don't necessarily have to have that dude like a Joey Walker on your team. It can be scores by committee, like we saw.
Multiples.
Clear Fork girls last year, I think.
Yes, that's a very good example.
4 girls have, 11, 12 goals right around in that mix. Very successful campaign for them. So it can work, but you got to be able to have the confidence, like Coach Gailey was telling us, to step up and at least take the shot. Lean on yourself. Know that you've got the ability and just go do it instead of deciphering, like, do I try to set up? Do I make this extra pass? Sometimes you just got to unload.
Be selfish.
Which
sometimes you're allowed to be. This would be one.
Yeah, there's certain situations
yes.
where it just makes sense. And for Clear Fork, no shots so far, correct? No shots on goal?
1 shot, but not on goal. Yeah, it was the beer kick over through the goalposts on the corner.
And we'll get a whistle here against the Rams. So Clear Fork and Beer off the restart. And still hanging back very heavy on the defensive side. 4 kids inside the 25-yard line. So obviously you got to be aware of the devastating nature of the Madison offense. You also can't win if you don't score. So for Clear Fork, trying to get a little bit more of that mentality to try to move some numbers forward. Get the ball to your playmakers. See if they can get something going here with Beachy.
Especially if there's still 9 minutes left here in the first half. They don't have to press too much out of what they want to do yet. But, if it stays this score.
Good look to the outside with Setzer.
But if it stays this score, maybe after the final 20, 15, 10 minutes of the match, maybe that's when you see them try to press to at least get that tying score, maybe take a lead. But right now they're going to stick with what they are doing, maybe get a little more comfortable, try and press it a little bit like they have been doing in the last few minutes. It only takes one. We've seen that many times here where a team looks like they're dominating and then it just changes just like that on one breakaway, one mistake, and it turns into a goal.
Brandon was trying to initiate a breakaway there. Back line for Clear Fork was ready for him, but here's Joey Walker, a 1-on-2, looking to make a 1-on-1 or a 1-on-a-couple move, and then get stripped last second by Frost.
Would have been quite the highlight if he would have been able to get through 3 defenders, but again, that Clear Fork defense, no, you're not doing that on me, sir.
And you can always tell the great ones or the really gifted offensive players that they don't go barreling into defenders when they're moving at full speed like that. There was no impact between Joey and that back wave of defenders.
And he still almost got through them.
Rams have been very, very solid here on the back line. A lot of credit's got to go to Jordan Clark, the junior defender, filling the role in the middle. Pretty much anything that has come in his area has just been swallowed up. And a reminder that we want to make you part of the game. Get in the zone. Comment right now on our Facebook and our YouTube.
Brand new fan zone.
That's right. Takes over about a third of the screen, so definitely want to make you a part of the action here tonight. Colts with another decent build-up. Chased out of there, at least now, by Blust. Now here's Beachy. We'll have it settle at his feet. Poked away right away by Swinger.
Say hello to Jamie Stewart watching from Macon, Georgia, rooting on the Colts.
Just spent a little time down in Georgia. Beautiful state, excellent accents, awesome ice cream.
And you beat a hurricane.
Just beat it to get back home. Well, actually, no, I was in Florida right before the hurricane.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you were on your, well, that was a work trip for you.
Yeah, I was down in Fort Myers doing a little video, and sadly, I've got a picture.
Oof.
As there's a big collision here down on Fort Myers Beach. They've got this really famous clock and this little like boardwalk, if you will. It kind of looks like some old Spanish type of architecture. 2 days later, after this beautiful picture of me standing by it underwater. So
you jinxed it.
not sure if I had anything to do with it, but I know that particular area that they've had a fair share of hurricane damage here over like the last 3-4 years. And, always thoughts and prayers sending out there. And I actually met somebody last night that's got a house down there, and he was saying that they're now in like their 10th year, and that what it costs for the homeowner's insurance went from about $4 or $5 grand a year to about 14 grand per year. That's a car, a brand new car just to insure your home. But obviously, you know why, with all the big winds and
with the severity of these storms now.
Yeah, and maybe the severity here. A little wave flowing forward now for the Rams. Taylor looking to get by a defender, but defended well. Pressure by Swindoll.
And that was in the box too, so still applying that pressure and not fouling. That could have been a PK.
Down under 5 minutes remaining here in this opening half. Evans with the only score so far, that coming in the first 6 minutes of action. Rams have had a few decent looks since then. Colts, no shots on net up to this point.
But one shot.
They'll play it near side here off the restart. Mismeasured on that, but good recovery there by Jamison. We'll see if that sparks something here into the box. Skirts away here from Setzer down into the corner, and that'll be another set piece on the way. Corner kick number 5 here for Madison.
Yeah, just an unlucky break there by Clear Fork. Took a bad hop. And allows Madison to set things up right here before the half. Maybe take a 2-0 lead into the break.
Taking their time as they're going to swap out trigger men. Jamison going and getting into the mix here as they'll have Noah Bluss played in short, or excuse me, that was Colin Faith. Now he'll go with a big whip into the box. Headed out of there by the Colts, right down at the feet of Walker. But broken up. Another nice defensive play on this right side by Landon McCauley.
Right into your living room.
Woo!
That's why we put the newbies down there.
Yeah,
Get a taste of the action.
Got to do some training over the summer, too. We don't just let anybody down on the sideline with our cameras, of course. There's a little bit of a rigorous, training session that you have to go through to prove that you can protect that camera on the sidelines.
Brian's kids throwing Nerf balls right at you while you're trying to hold a camera, things like that.
That's right. Hey, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a soccer ball, buddy.
Well, I know you can't dodge a baseball.
Not all the time. Yeah.
Do you still own those broken glasses, or did you throw those away?
No.
Keep those as a reminder of what happened.
Same day that I bought those glasses, ended up in the dumpster out at Plymouth. So,
but at least it wasn't your nose that was broken.
Yeah, just a little orbital bruise. I was okay. Little nap session going on out there for Jerry Wirtz. Just protecting the rock. 2.5 minutes to go. Likes where they're sitting right now, that 1-0 advantage, and as well as Madison has defended here. Hard to not think that would hold up if you're Jerry and company. But they'd certainly like to add a little bit more on top with all the offensive weapons they have out here for Madison. And we've seen them on display here.
Yeah, and for Coach Gailey, keep it at 1-0. What adjustments do you make here at the break to try and get that equalizer in the second half?
So certainly I think credit both sides. For Clear Fork, you allow the goal less than 6 minutes in.
And it was, I wouldn't say a real lucky goal, but the ball just took a good hop, a good bounce for Madison, and a great shot to give him that. Other than that, it's been fairly equal. defensive-wise, I would say, with a lot of offensive chances by the Rams.
Rams put together another one here as that one floats over the top from Faith. And a substitution here with a $1:18 to go, getting a quick breather in. Swindoll's going to check out. Or excuse me, that's going to be Wes Bunnell.
He'll get a couple extra minutes as well as the halftime break.
A couple nice connecting passes here for Clear Fork on the far side. Bieri pressured from the backside, taken away by Jacobus.
Again, look at that speed. But Beer quickly shuts that off. Madison, they've been utilizing the corners a lot, trying to draw some of those defenders in, then crossing it while using their speed.
Angles are so huge on the offensive side and for the attack, just to catch the defenseman off guard, and certainly for the keeper. Anytime it's coming across the face rather than right at you, it's just so much more problematic, a lot more to deal with, think about. Any deflected ball, you think it's going one way, and then boom, totally off your mark.
And that's why I don't play soccer, because I wasn't good at trigonometry in math, angles, things like that.
That one skipped just over the head of Taylor, who was charging in. I thought it was going to be one last look for Madison in the closing seconds. Instead, the final will melt away, and it's still 1-0 Rams on top as we have reached the break on our Mechanics Bank scoreboard. Stick around. Travis and I will break down the first half stats, give you a little bit of our analysis, and of course, read comments from you, the viewers. So load up the comment section, and we'll see you guys here in a couple of minutes, live and free on opening night.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
You are enjoying live and free high school soccer on opening night of the 2024 fall sports season thanks to these generous sponsors. Big thank you to our good friends over at Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, Mansfield, Ashland, and Worcester, they all have locally owned fee-based fiduciary financial planners, and they boast the endorsement of national money expert Dave Ramsey and the team over at Ramsey Solutions. I just listened to that guy on a podcast. He is unbelievable. Matter of fact, they kind of helped make YouTube popular in a lot of ways. I did not know any of these things, but if you want to put your money in good hands, definitely get some money from Mechanics Bank. Give it to our friends over at Whitaker Myers. North Central State College, my alma mater, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. And Panchos Tacos, come on down. They've got a couple of different locations, including one right here in Bellville, and get the best food and drinks in town. Located in Mansfield, here in Bellville, and now they got a brand new spot over in Mount Vernon that I'm looking forward to try. They've got delicious tacos, rice bowls, fajitas, of course, margaritas. Come down and see Margarito tonight after the game. I think he makes the best jalapeno marg in the entire county. At me if you think that there's another good one.
Truth.
Facts, right? Hashtag that one. So great sponsors all the way around, but we are here for you, the fans, and look at this little guy right here taking in the action. Boy, what a seat. Got mom sporting him around. Got the umbrella, that way there's not too much sun, plus the shades, just looking cool, being cool all the way around. And thank you guys for the comments coming through. We'll dive real quick into Fan Zone before we come back with your halftime reports. Or maybe not. Yeah, I think we will. Let's see what the people are talking about out there. It's not just me and Travis. It's you, the fans of North Central Ohio and beyond. Hello, Jennifer Dudley. Rafael Osorio from out of state. I know that. We always have a wide audience from all around. Amber Aaron cheering on Jameson here tonight. Jamie Brown Stewart watching from Georgia, cheering on those Clear Fork Colts. It's probably just as hot up here as it is in Georgia. Tabby Britton, also a fan of Clear Fork. Thank you for the comment tonight, Tabby. Linda's on the other side, wants to see those Madison Rams leave here with a road win to start off the season. And back to Jennifer. So fill up our comment section again, and we will revisit the Fan Zone coming up in this second half. Take a quick commercial timeout. We'll be right back with your Whitaker Myers halftime report. Stay there.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
return now with your halftime report, courtesy of the good people over at Whitaker Myers. Shout out to my guy, John Mark Young. And
shout out the cows.
Yeah, moving around out there here in the valley, always across the street. The sights and sounds that you get out here at the Colt Corral, second to none. Travis, I'll have you break down these first half stats brought to you by Whitaker Myers. And obviously, looks very one-sided for the Rams, but the beautiful part of the beautiful game, still very much alive, are the Clear Fork Colts.
You know why? Because the only real stat that matters is at the top. 1-0 is the score. So, like I said, it doesn't matter the 75-25 possession mark in the first half by Madison. All it takes is one little breakaway, one possession that could even things out. And we saw that last year in the Madison, the Clear Fork Ontario match here. Ontario had the pace of play, but then Clear Fork got one breakaway, tied it, and at the time it kept them in with a chance to get the NYC, which, you know, later on they were unable to. But 8 shots to 1 in favor of Madison. The one shot for Clear Fork came off of the corner. Beer put it into the 23rd row. A little excited on that, but they got the shot off. 5 on goal for Madison. Like I said, the possession. And then only 6 total fouls, 4 on Clear Fork, 2 on Madison. Other than that, pretty cleanly played. And a good match thus far. 1-0, early goal. A great bounce from Madison right to the feet of Evans, who just put a rocket in from about 25 yards out. But other than that, that defense that we talked about from Clear Fork has really been able to keep them in this match. Now, can they make the adjustments for the offense to get up and get a couple opportunities?
That's the question here for Clear Fork, who gets the first touch here of the opening half. And they'll try that right side, which they really favored, of course, in that first half. Tried to work it through that wing.
Both teams have, yeah.
Couple of opportunities for the Colts, and they'll get one right here. Probably one of the better looks the Clear Fork's had so far in this game, an opportunity to get a whole bunch of guys moving forward into the box.
So right off the bat, a chance here.
But no one really wanted to take this. Yeah, Swindoll now circles back, and he line drives it right off of Ashton Taylor, who was only 10 yards away. So kind of a miscue there for Clear Fork to come away with really nothing.
Yeah, that was just kind of doomed from the start. Didn't get elevation on that free kick. And I think that might have been, you know, that confusion too. Who's going to take this? Who's going to take this? And somebody just finally just said, I will, and really couldn't get anything going. And now Madison on the counter.
They've seemed to have a lot of success until they get to about this part of the pitch. Nice one-on-one move there by Randy Jamison to whiz around one of the defenders. And then scorches this one off of the shin guards of a trailing Liam Beer and set up corner kick number 6.
Yeah, Madison, a 5-1 margin in the first half on corners. Number 6 for the Rams right here.
Evans plays it right into the middle of the pitch. And it kind of evaded everybody somehow. A whole slew of folks out there.
Yeah, that curved away from the goal. And 3 forwards from Madison misplayed it.
Swindoll hammers one. Trying to find somebody up top. And coming out again, Jerry Wirtz, rather. He's really extended outside of his goalie perimeter here tonight.
Hasn't seen much action, though. Just wants to get involved.
Yeah, you certainly would credit Jordan Clark in this back line of Madison, making it somewhat easy on him. And Jacobus gets it up here to Evans, who turns with a lot of room at first. Trio of Colts, though, all gravitate towards him. And for the Rams, it just seems easy and natural for them to at least get to this portion of the field where it hasn't been quite the same for Clear Fork. Just their ability to step as soon as the Colts receive the ball at a particular spot and just kind of swallow up that room immediately. It's been a problem for Clear Fork.
Yeah, it seems like Madison has been 2 steps ahead on the Colts. And also Clear Fork, once Madison gets possession around the midfield mark, they get back into that defensive spot within the 25, and it does open things up for Madison to at least get to that point and get their offense moving.
I think a lot of this, too, obviously just comes with the amount of minutes that they played on the varsity pitch together. All these juniors out here since the time they were young. Nice play, set it up.
Oh.
And this one skies over top from Branham, and I actually thought that Walker probably should have elected to take his own shot here. Cuts it back against the grain.
I mean, it was an open look. He just
nice.
He just kicked it through the uprights. Wrong sport. And I see it both ways, too. He did see 3 defenders coming at him, thought high percentage. That's what he thought Darren had. It just wasn't completed.
No, he made the right soccer move, unquestionably. Just
unlike Clear Fork, who should probably take that shot.
Well, I just always, at least for me personally, I like taking that shot. And then if you've got people behind you, you never know what can happen off the ricochet.
A deflection, yeah.
Things can get wild out there in the box.
And you know what? It's only game 1. Maybe he learns from that and takes the shot later on, and it turns into a goal.
That one headed out, and here on the hot plus, a little bit of a head of steam. Gets by another defender and undercuts that pass, cut off by McCauley.
Nice change of possession there to keep at least possession in for a couple more seconds for the Colts.
Now Collins lays it back. Here's Walker. Right back to him. Just excellent connectivity here for the Rams. We saw it throughout that first half, and definitely on display here to open up half number 2.
Yeah, they got the Wi-Fi working so far here.
Which is tough in the Valley.
This is very tough. Even worse at Lucas. At least for me now.
Yeah, not anymore, baby.
Verizon customers actually have a spot that gets good service. What are you doing, AT&T? Where you at, man?
I think there's only room for one tower out in that town, probably.
Colts with some early substitutions here.
Yeah, we'll get our first look
guys out
in the second half. Kabuto Setzer's coming on, as will Nick Martin. Got the first half start. Coming off the bench here to get things rolling in half number 2. Bieri trots off, and Sam Swindoll follows him. That one punched in between a couple of defenders, right to the feet here of Weichel. And the Colts, again, they've got the perimeter surrounded, but just a little bit of indecision, and nobody elects to try to take their own shot as Walker blows by McCauley to the outside and try to knife through a 3-pack of Colts. Friends got some backup here. Here's Nate Evans. And smashes this one. Ooh, just pawed out of there. A lot closer than it looked like it was going to be from the start.
Might want to check the stick on those gloves, because that's the second time it kind of butterfingered out there, but able to just barely keep that from crossing the line.
Nice shot from distance, and Wilson living on the edge. And just does keep it from trickling over the end line for a second goal of the night. Meanwhile, here's Wirtz coming out, making a stop, taking it basically right off the foot there of Kade Beachy.
Shout out Josh Banks.
Oh, what's up, Josh? Oh, and then there's Shannon cheering on Randy. Randy, I presume, would be the younger bro of Shannon. But an awesome senior year. One of the more surprising runs that we've had in the girls tournament here in a while. Kept that streak going of district championships for the Rams. Big shot. Was it deflected? Headman says no.
But a little life there for Clear Fork.
Yeah, I like what Finn McCauley did there. Sets it up for a strong foot and just unloads.
There's some of the Clear Fork coaching staff.
Just the second shot of the match so far for the Colts. Counterattack ensues here for the Rams. Nearly trickled through and found the feet of Joey Walker. As again, seems like Evans has been right place, right time on a few occurrences as Joey blows by, sets it up, and he'll score.
He took the shot that time.
2-0 Rams. Walker with his first of the season.
And I was wrong. I said maybe look down the line for him to learn from that. No, give him about 7 minutes. I mean, just look at the patience. Then at the last second stutters, hits on the acceleration, gets past the defender, and it was him in the back of the net. This kid's going to be special this year, Brian.
Joey Walker, just an exceptional talent.
Joey Walker, smooth like Johnny Walker.
Yeah. You should probably keep that in your back pocket here on the high school broadcast, but I've partook, and I would agree. Especially the black label.
21 and over, though, folks.
There we go, of course. Of course. Double team down in the corner. Nice battle. And it ends up being won there by Noah Blust. Had to fight his way out of a pocket. Rams unable to clear. Colts with some nice pressure. Now the ball movement ends up here near side for Jacobus. He'll carry. Now here's Randy. Looking to make something happen. Drew a couple of defenders. Sends it out to the outside, but big collision, and now Owen Bourne just knocks it out of bounds.
We've seen a couple of those collisions, but the referee's letting them play. A couple incidental contacts, but nothing to get a foul or a card. I like that, especially early on in the season.
Evans looking to make his turn, pressure. A little bit of a tug there on the jersey, but no call there on the contact from A.J. Swindoll. But you see the confidence with the ball that pretty much everybody on the field for Madison possesses right now. Starting to get into a little bit of a groove. Clear Fork by their own right, too. Definitely feel like this is about their best stretch that we've seen from them offensively so far here in this matchup.
Yes, so those adjustments to the half have been working to an extent for them. But we were saying in the first half, both teams were trying the right side of the pitch. Well, Madison switching up to the left with Walker, and they've had two great chances, one of them cashing in.
Little collision. Whistle will favor Madison. Be able to tee it up from about the football 34-yard line. And they'll play real quickly here with Jamison to the middle. Nice move. Evans back to him. And broken up by Setzer. As the Rams will get a couple of substitutions in there. Make it a three-piece.
Very nice crowd. We've had more and more fans are filing in because the girls match next. But, you know, the weather earlier on in the day said we were supposed to get some scattered thunderstorms. Now, looking at the weather app, it said no, like 15% chance of rain. So it looks like, knock on wood, we should be fine in that sort. And the fans are showing out for it.
The sports gods tend to favor Friday Night Football, and nice save there off the right foot, Hayden Wilson. He's had to make a number of them so far here tonight.
Looking like a hockey goalie on that one with the pad save.
It'll be a Ram throw in now from the near side with Jacobus. As that one's flicked into the box and handled here by Wilson.
So we've seen this early rush by Madison cash in each half. Early goal for them. Now, do we see Clear Fork, you know, press the issue now? Or is this going to be the only goal for Madison? Or are they able to really get a full half going other than the first 10 minutes?
Yeah, I certainly think that for Clear Fork, the counterattack to try to strike that way is the greatest value for you because there's just too many good players out on the pitch here for the Rams as the AR's got the hand up and offsides call. I certainly don't think that you can start selling out this early in the match.
No,
Keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Been creating some opportunities for yourself, but got to be able to capitalize. That's what soccer's all about.
Yeah. And especially there's no goal differential that matters in high school soccer, at least in Ohio here. So you get past that 20-minute mark, still going at it. Okay, you're down 2-0. You could either lose 4-0, make it 2-1, tie it up. It doesn't matter what the score is. If you lose 2-0 or 6-0, might as well try and get something going, but they don't have to yet.
Boy, nice job to evade a wave of defenders by Randy Jamison, but again, offsides is the call. And you see Joey up on the far side of the pitch, just staring straight down the line. He's, I think, trying to say, that was good, right? No? Okay. So we'll be a restart here for Clear Fork. Rams laying back. Left foot here from Wilson. And he's able to find his target, Whitaker. But stripped away. And here comes Walker and company. Evans with a turn, left shoulder. Sets up, tried to one-time it on the through ball for Jamison, but it's deflected. And right back to it. I mean, there's about 4 or 5 guys up here in the attacking third for the Rams that you can just tell that there's a fluidness to it, that they've worked with each other so many times, Travis,
yeah,
that they just know where the other person's going to be.
But also in that possession, they were all bunched together. So all the defenders didn't really have to move as much because they're all bunched within a 5-10 yard spot. They can spread out a little bit more. They could probably complete a couple more passes and get a little bit more open.
This also can be some of the more deadly places if you're all bunched together and you can slip one through, knife it between a couple of defenders. Definitely looks good on the highlight reel too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Definitely pros and cons to that possession.
Stepping up, making a play are the Colts on the far side. But again, I mean, I really got to give Wirtz a ton of credit for. He's been just hanging out there about 12 yards away from the end line. And he's made a couple of plays tonight where he's been out beyond the 18 and kind of just stunted what Clear Fork had developing offensively.
Yeah, definitely living on the edge there because he mishandles that. That goes right to a Colt with an open net. But I like the confidence from the keeper. Any chance that he gets, he's going to try to get into the play.
Yeah, clean sheet going so far. Wirtz, of course, another member of that junior class. And for the Colts, not a good look right here. That was A.J. Swindoll. He's got options all over the place.
Yeah, might have just mistouched that because he had 2 offensive players going down and split them. They will get a throw in, though.
Yeah, it's going to be Colts ball, actually. Referee's going to change his call. Back over to Madison.
Hopefully everybody's staying hydrated. It is a little bit warm, but then you get onto that turf, too. Adds the heat.
Actually feels pretty good outside this press box, I must say. What are we, in the upper 70s?
We have to be, around 80 degrees. That'll be a foul on Madison.
And John back and forth. Beer had something to say there. I think that's Trey Fava coming over, talking to the AR.
But I will say once the sun gets down, be a perfect second match, weather-wise.
Yeah, I think a ton of excitement building for that match here tonight, Friday Night Futbol, and those two just, I mean, what a rivalry between Clear Fork and Madison girls soccer as this one lifts all the way back. Wirtz just a step outside of the frame.
Yeah, I don't know if he did it on purpose, but he was getting really close to catching that across the line. You see him step back at the last second, but calmly, cool, collected, makes the catch and keeps it out.
And now down to the other end, the other keep, Hayden Wilson. He's been busy tonight. Pushes this one out of play. Another throw-in coming up here for Madison as we are approaching the midway point here of half number 2. If you're just joining us, an early goal tonight. Evans for the Rams made it 1-0, less than 6 minutes in. And then less than 8 minutes into half number 2, Joey Walker sent it in to put us at the score that we've got right now. This one chipped. And then taken on the hop here by Jordan Clark. Had an exceptional match so far. I'd say one of the top 3 reasons that Madison's in the position that they are at this point in the match. Great ball movement in the middle of the pitch. Heavy touch, though. But the Rams will maintain control.
Once again, anybody wants to get in on the fan zone, just comment. And you'll be shown like these fine folks right here.
Sliding out to make the stop there, Wilson.
And a little extracurriculars there, too.
Boy, Liam Beer, he's mixing it up out there. Got a little feistiness to his game.
Ooh, a misplay.
Yeah, first time that we've really seen that from Clark tonight. So an opportunity building for the Colts, but not a great looking pass there from Sam Swindoll, though he charges
nice slide.
in. Tries to redeem himself. Deflected into the box, and there goes Jerry again. Nice play to come out of a spot where I thought that he was kind of too far away to try to make that tackle, but well done there by Swindoll. Battle going on the far side. And again, we see Wirtz a little out of position, but the Colts have not been able to capitalize and get possession at any time tonight when he has put himself in those type of compromising positions.
Yeah, it's just been frustrating. They haven't completed a play yet. They might get one pass, but the second pass is too strong or intercepted, or they'll get a change of possession down here and just unable to really complete things yet to give them a solid chance.
Meanwhile, Nate Evans, this midfield, I mean, they've really been able to capture possession and hang on to it. See them really dominate. We had them at about 75% of the possession in the first half, and hasn't had quite as much of that here in half number 2, but still plenty of opportunities. Big punt, skying this way. I think traveled about 60 yards in the air. And it's going to be a Colt throw-in with a couple of substitutions coming on, with Nick Martin re-entering the match along with Bronson Frost.
It did exactly what they wanted to do, though. It gives them a throw-in on the Madison side after that big punt. Kind of like football, just trying to play the field position game.
Bunnell's going to go down the line, overshoots the intended target. And the battle for possession won here. And then AJ popped up, a little upset. Carter Branham caught a chunk of him.
Yep.
Yeah, just tripped him up and
leapfrogged
him. I see why he's not too happy. So the last time that we saw Clear Fork in this type of position, a little bit of confusion, and they didn't get much out of it. We'll see what Finn McCauley's able to develop. Much better looking ball.
Headed the wrong way, though.
Able to find one of his teammates, but you're right. Not flicked forward towards the net or sideways. The exact opposite of what you want.
He might have played that just a little too short.
This one knocked out of bounds by Owen Bourne, so that will allow Madison to get in a sub as Mason Jacobus heads over to the sideline in favor of Noah Blust. And under 19 minutes remaining now. Good back and forth going here in the second half. Clear Fork certainly has had a lot more time of possession in the attacking third than they did in the entire first half combined here in these first 21 minutes.
Yeah, but the adjustments Coach Gailey made at the break have helped a little bit. They've gotten the possession, but they just still haven't been able to get a whole possession together where they've gotten a good shot on net.
Evans steps up, makes it tough for Swindoll, but he's able to find some feet. Here's Whitaker turning, a lot of space, empties it out here to Swindoll. Over the top of the defense, chance for Nick Martin. And just a little off balance. Didn't get a good touch on that cross.
Maybe a bit rushed, but Madison just kicks it right back out.
Yeah, and I thought
So-
Bluss, nobody around him,
he had
probably could have
time.
taken his time.
A little too excited there, but they'll get another attempt here. We'll see if this is going to be used like one of those corners. Is it going to be a deep throw?
Kind of a laser. And skips into the hands there of Jerry Wirtz on the throw-in from Brunell.
Yeah, not really a lot of Colts in that area for him. I don't know, maybe some miscommunication there, or he just overshot his target. But again, Clear Fork, shot on target.
And I don't mind that shot. Got to get a little bit more juice behind it. Got to be able to test Jerry. Put it a little bit higher so he's got to catch it around his head, or who knows, if you put it right where it needs to be, that's where you can certainly, I think, attack this Madison back line when Wirtz is coming out and playing right on the edge of the 18. Another sub here, this time for Clear Fork. Landon McCauley checks back in for West Bunnell.
And another thing with that long shot, they have had nothing going so far today. Might as well take a chance there, see what could happen. I like the aggressiveness on that last attempt.
And certainly with the time starting to milk away here in this match, opportunities are going to be limited. Excellent move on the far side. Good recovery, though, by Randy Jamison.
I believe we've just had our first nutmeg of the year.
And now here's Walker with a head of steam. Couple of touches to the middle of the pitch. Sets it up now for Taylor. Back to him, and Joey
beautiful ball.
puts it away for goal number 2. It's 3-0 Madison.
Wow.
Number 13, Wes Reynolds.
That was just a textbook give and go.
Sorry, it was number 13, Madison, Joey Walker. Assisted by 15, Ashton Taylor.
Kind of a shock and awe play there. Clear Fork thought, oh, there was just one-on-one, but here comes Walker right down the middle, flying by defenders, staying on side, and then beating the goalie for his second tally of the night.
And you look at that thing from start to finish. Here's just the end of the play. But the setup for Joey Walker, gets it on the left wing, takes a couple of touches towards the middle, draws over a second defender, sets it up for Ashton Taylor, continues to make his run down the right side of the pitch. That's just feel, that's knowing where people are going to be, and just, you know, just having that time on the pitch together. Special stuff there for Joey Walker, who identified as the top returning player in Richland County, according to the Mansfield News Journal, and Jake Furr, who's over on the sideline here tonight. And boy,
making him look really good right now.
I was going to say, it looks like he knows what he's doing in that writing profession with an opening night like this.
Yeah, that's, I mean, the hustle, knowing, you know, you start a play about 40 yards down the pitch and knowing I'm just going to continue this. I'm going to give my guys a chance, and then I'm going to be right there for you, too, if you want to pass it. Special player.
And a pair of goals in the last 16 minutes now for Mr. Walker.
And here he goes again.
Wow. Able to get by Beer and then sends it through the uprights, and a little bit of anguish on the face right now of Joey. Because for a player of his caliber, you want to try to keep those down. Launching it like that, that's for lack of a better term, the amateurs. I know these guys are, but for him, he got to get the shoestrings on it, smack that thing, and try to force the goalie into making a play. So Joey Walker, I just saw the look on his face. As soon as it came off his foot, he put his hands over his eyes.
Well, you got to think his eyes got wide, too. Like, he's a goal away from a hat trick. Opening night hat trick, you know.
Sir.
I mean, got a little too excited there, but just the movement without the ball.
Yes.
To juke out that defender, then go by him is just, it's, you see some attempt that, and it works maybe 50% of the time, but every time he's done something like that, he's been successful. And just, I guess, just the focus and the wherewithal, just moving without the ball and then getting by is just, it's phenomenal.
Gets by the first defender, Beer, and not Landon McCauley, not this time. So the Colts force him outside of the attacking third, and the recovery here by Beachy.
Now for Clear Fork, They had some good possession going there before that goal. Can we see them bounce back and get to that? Or is this just the goal that breaks the camel's back? Can we see Clear Fork try and get some momentum back here? That's something, at least if they can't complete a 3-goal comeback in the last 13 minutes, can they at least get something positive moving on to match number 2?
Yeah, if you're on the OH Report Bet app right now, it's about 99%. You're getting, plus 5,000 right now on the Colts to try to make a comeback here. However,
21 and over, folks.
Confidence can be a big thing for you, so these last 13 minutes can certainly be of value to Clear Fork, even though I feel like this one might be out of reach for them up to this point in the match. But that doesn't mean that you don't want to try to walk away with, hey, we did a lot better in the second half in terms of making the most of getting the ball into the attacking third. Now can we try to put one away, or at least make Jerry Wirtz have to make an outstanding Superman type of save, which he has not had to do yet.
Yes. What can we do to get better for game number 2? This isn't like we're in the end of October, November, getting towards tournament time, and this is just a debilitating loss. This is night 1. Yeah, it hasn't gone your way for the first 68 minutes, but do something to give you some momentum going in the match number 2. You win match number 2. Hey, guess what? You're back to 500, and you're rolling a little bit.
And there we go. Nice build up there for Clear Fork. Whitaker, a little bit of indecision about just trying to wind up. And it's tough sometimes. Obviously, they're not wearing the armor like you would in a football game.
And they just earned a free kick in a good position, too, with that. That's what you want to see if you're head coach, Coach Gailey, right now.
McCauley's going to be on the ball. 2-man wall set up here by the Rams.
That wall's going to have to back up a little bit.
Yeah, they got to go quite a bit further back. So the AR is going to come in.
I will say they don't have that spray that they use in like the Premier League. I don't think the folks here at Clear Fork would like that anyway with the turf.
Definitely. So here it comes. Drifting near posts.
Offsides.
And the flag went up just immediately, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
And yeah, you see why. I mean,
right in the goal.
So you got to compliment just the defensive wherewithal there for Madison of understanding nobody in between you and the keeper here, man. Like, you can't go mark them.
Nope.
Only on a corner kick or a throw-in are you allowed to do that. Not on those free kicks. So on those free kicks as well, too, for Clear Fork, I mean, in a lot of ways, kind of like 0 for 3 down here in this end. As McCauley, I think, just tried to put that one into some space, see if anybody could track it, get a deflection. Instead, racing out of there comes Carter Branham and company.
And all 3 of those free kicks not lofted enough. That one got through because it curved around the 2 guys on the block, but the other times it was deflected because you're not getting under it enough to get that loft and that curve. The curve was there. It's just not the loft now. That might be another reason why we had the offsides, because it got there faster than they thought.
Decent ball right here. Wilson high points it. And he's showcased. He's got a big leg, and he kind of zips it out of there. Line drivers. I think as the season continues to work along, they're probably going to get a couple of clean looks on net just out of the
what I was
big
about
punts.
to say. Yeah, switching the field there, that's going to be able to change it against some MOAC teams especially. But against a team like Madison right now, it's
I think
not as much.
Probably for the first time in 10 years, maybe even longer, Lexington, in my opinion, is not the premier team in Richland County for boys soccer. We'll see.
They might surprise you and come out with a 6-0 victory on opening night in the backyard rivalry or something else. But, I mean, Lexington is still Lexington, though. They are.
Oh, it's Peter Tem and the boys.
It's Peter Tem's boys.
Oh,
until they get dethroned. But this is the best year for them to possibly get dethroned. You could say.
Yeah, I think that Madison, is the favorite to emerge as the OCC champions this year. They won't play Lexington till October, so potentially
they get 2 months. They get a month and a half of games, of matches. Hopefully, they stay healthy. You never want to see, a big match like that with some big players out because of injury. You hope everybody stays healthy for that. But that, yeah. What does Worcester have this year in the OCC? That's another big question. Because Madison, they finished second in the OCC, tied with Worcester.
Worcester certainly graduated a I can't
Their
remember.
player of the year.
Oh, wow. What a move. Good setup down the baseline. Yeah, gosh, his name is escaping me. But so without having like a top flight player like that, you would imagine you're going to take a little bit of a step back. And same for Lexington. I think they graduate very similar to what we see here with Madison with these 12, 13 juniors. I think that they had double figures last year. Heck, it might have even been like 14. That was one of the biggest senior classes I can remember seeing.
And it's a shame that that class graduated last year, the year before they take a move to D3.
Sure.
But that's another thing. Madison and Lexington, Ontario, Mansfield Senior, all in that new division, which you have to think they're going to be in that district.
Load up from distance, Lucas Swinger. Wilson with another save.
And another thing with Clear Fork, they won't have to see
Yes.
Lexington, Madison, Mansfield Senior, Ontario in a district.
Yeah, per our conversation in the first half, I feel like the boys and girls here in Clear Fork benefit the most of any soccer teams in our area by avoiding all of these juggernauts that they've ran into in the tournament and just quite frankly have not had success against for many, many years.
Just like Scott Sellers the last 2 years with the girls basketball team. You know, they did make it district championship, but they ran into the number one team in the state in that game in Shelby. But the last 2 years, back to D3, they just ran into two more juggernauts in Upper Sandusky and Colonel Crawford. But yeah, I think there's pros and cons to the expansion of divisions. I think I would have been fine with 4 divisions. But 5 as well. I mean, you'll have Mansfield Christian down in 5. Is that cross behind the net? Colleague of ours, Jesse Ryder, and his girls' squad. I think that's going to benefit his squad, especially early on.
Sure.
Maybe in the year or two before he establishes a powerhouse like it seems like he always does with every team that he has. But I think I would have been fine with 4 divisions in soccer. Same with volleyball, too. But we'll see. This may be very beneficial to our teams to have 5.
Yeah, regular season's going to look exactly the same here, folks, but so much different when we start getting into that postseason as different teams that you've never seen before, never even thought about are going to start showing up on your schedule.
That also makes things great, too. You're going to get matchups that you wouldn't think would ever happen. And you won't, and those Division I powerhouses are now in Division I.
But for girls soccer, specifically here in Richland County, that Division II district has been as good as it gets.
Absolutely.
For the last 15 years running, and a bit of a shame that that's been broken up.
That too. That too.
But for this new season, here to start things on Friday Night Futbol, we kind of felt like Madison was a heavy favorite coming in here tonight. Could Clear Fork withstand the offensive firepower? They've not been able to match it. Very few shots tonight for the Colts. And just another couple of Z's here for Jerry Wirtz.
I love this venue. Every time I come here to call a football game, a soccer match, this is one of the premier venues. There's a deep kick. Oh, wow.
What a goal!
What a goal! Alla Taylor Huff in the state semi. Clear Fork on the board.
Sam Swindoll from, what, 40 yards out, pieces it up, and that's what we were talking about with
And
Jerry
it's his
Wirtz.
birthday, too.
Oh, how about it?
A little Taylor Huff in him.
So he channels his inner Madison and just absolutely launches this one from deep.
But like I said, that goal can be huge for them moving into their next match. Sticking with it, taking a chance, putting it on goal, and that thing was a rocket and a thing of beauty.
So with 4:46 to go, Sam Swindoll scores the first goal of the season for Clear Fork and makes it 3-1.
We'll get you that replay here in a little bit, but that caught me off guard. We're thinking he's just going to advance, and I look up, the ball's rocketing to the top corner. And we were looking at we were still doing our fan cam, talking about how great the venue this was, and he just, wow, 40, more than 40. You have the 10 yards in the end zone, so.
Yeah, very
awesome.
Unexpected.
Awesome.
So capitalizing, taking what Madison gives you, and for coaches out there that might be watching, they got the Rams coming up on the schedule. If they continue to play this high up defensively, and with Jerry Wirtz coming out near the edge of the 18, you see it. Now you know what you can do.
And you need to place a perfect ball like that. That was top shelf.
Yeah, but pretty uncommon placement there, but that's the value in taking those long shots, creating a little bit of chaos, and sometimes you do find the other end of the rainbow. So it's headed back this way and got out of there by West Bunnell. But great acceleration by Bless to keep it in, or did he?
Did not. Okay, now, last 3.5 minutes, you got that goal. Try and get another, but don't let Madison score on you now.
Rams keeping possession, and now you feel it a little bit, at least from the Clear Fork sideline, that a little bit more gassed up, just got on the board, want to taste it again. Chased out of bounds. It'll be a Clear Fork throw-in coming up.
No, they'll say Madison.
Yeah, they're going to change that call, I'm pretty sure. Actually, they're going to stick with, it's going to be Ram ball.
Concession stands are open here in the Valley, folks. And some Slim Jims, some suckers.
All the
Cotton
Bear
candy?
Essentials. Yes, sir. Have to find out if they have, anything that's kind of specific or unique here.
I like the Trojan burger down at Centerburg. That's a handball.
This will be a free kick coming up here for Madison.
Well, we have your main course coming up after this. Two teams that lost their key artillery but have a lot of returning players. Unlike Madison coming here with their main guy, Joey Walker, the Rams lost a couple key players but still have some pieces. They have their coach in Zach Huff here, but Clear Fork as well. You know, Labaki's gone. Belcher's gone as well. But again, these are two teams that lost the top of the roster but still have a lot of key contributors coming back. It's going to be a very interesting match coming up here.
Yeah, I certainly feel like Clear Fork's cupboards are a lot fuller than Zach Huff's over there on the Madison sideline, but they have impressed time and time again since the departure of that unbelievable class that left in 2020. They've figured out how to build up the program, and I'm interested to see some of these young pieces. They'll start a freshman tonight. They're going to rely on a sophomore to be one of their top threats when they get on the offensive side of things. So Lady Rams versus Colts coming up in the second half of our doubleheader. Certainly a very exciting match. It's got a lot of juice behind it. But the Colts trying to fill up the cup one more time.
Yeah, really applying the pressure.
Yeah, they've got him surrounded, and now here's Beachy. I think this is the guy that they're really hoping kind of fills out into a goal-scoring type of guy. Older brother Jaden, more of a facilitator, certainly had the skill set and put together a few scoring chances of his own, but definitely was someone who kind of deferred and set up others.
Quick reset with 20 seconds.
Chance for the Colts to try to get one more shot, and Swindell's just going to take dead aim.
Offsides.
I think that was Beachy on the other side of that back line. And for Madison, they'll walk away a 3-1 victor here tonight. Friday Night Football favors the Rams as they are off to a 1-0 start. Joey Walker with a pair of goals here in the second half to create some separation. I feel like that's got to be our MVP here tonight, but definitely drop us some comments. Let us know who you want to hear from. We'll have an interview coming up with our most valuable player on the other side of this break. And then, of course, the main course coming up. Lady Rams versus Colts here at about 7 p.m. Keep it locked in. Live and free high school sports are back on the OH Report. See you guys in a couple of minutes.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Central State College. Joey Walker, 2 goals here tonight, both in the second half to put this game away. Friday Night Football. Season's here, buddy. Getting off to a nice start. Just how good does it feel coming in here, Richland County rivalry, and you get the dub?
It feels great, you know. Coming into this game, we knew Clear Fork was going to be tough. Like every year, it's a battle. In first game, everyone got the nerves. There's new freshmen coming in. So, you know, coming in here, felt pretty good to get a W. Felt really good, yeah.
This junior class, there's been a build-up. A lot of minutes have been played these last couple of seasons. So just the feel when you're out there on the pitch.
How awesome is it to have all your boys out there?
Yeah, it's a blessing. I'm extremely blessed. We've played together, all those guys, growing up. Like, I mean, from biddy ball up to club, high school, middle school, we played all together. So, you know, it's been a talk. Like, everyone's been talking about, you know, our junior year, all this class, you know. So it feels really good to be able to play with my brothers out there, and those guys mean a lot to me. I do the world for them.
And for you, you're the guy that kind of gets it going offensively. Great skill set. What'd you work on this summer to get better for this junior campaign?
You know, I trained every day. I was out on the field every day training. I played club for a team up in Columbus, and they got me ready. And I just trained all year long on my foot skills. My finishing was my main focus this year. I wanted to just be able to, you know, finish just like an animal out there. And, you know, I worked all off season. I think it's gonna pay off. I think it's gonna pay off.
Big expectations within the media for this team coming out this season.
Yeah.
What did you guys talk about internally before you got here for the first night?
You know, we just wanted to be calm. You know, we've had a great preseason. You know, we're well conditioned. We got great coaches. They know how to prepare us for the season. You know, we knew that we had some. You know, we're gonna have targets on our back this year because, you know, everyone's gonna want to beat us. We got schools that coming after us that want to beat us. So we're like, you know, we're here for it. Let's take a ride. Let's go.
And even with the win, bumps and bruises are going to come on your way up here to the press box. Stung by a bee 2 minutes ago, brother. Like, how crazy is that?
Yeah, that one. I know I was coming through again. I felt like, man, what just hit me? I turned down. There's a bee stung. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
So your mom got a bee sting the other day,
yeah, my mom did.
And you commented, it's been a while for me, huh?
Yeah, I was like, man, I haven't got stung forever. And next thing you know, there I'm stung. But thank you, man. But yeah, feels great to be back out here.
Well, congratulations. Big win here on
man.
opening nights and showing out certainly in that second half. A couple of highlight reel type of goals for you. Go ahead, look at the camera, give some shout outs.
Just my family, my teammates. That's my family teammates.
All right, Joey Walker, our OH Report MVP. Take care of that bee sting, and we'll be seeing you real soon, buddy.
Yep, thank you.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Return now with your post-game show, courtesy of Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers. 3-1 victory tonight for the Madison Rams, who put on a show there, certainly in that second half. Joey Walker with a couple of goals, Evans with one just 6 minutes into the match. And this team, I think, destined for greatness this season. You heard from Joey, and they've been talking about this junior year for the last couple of seasons. The buildup, it's here, it's upon us, and now off to a 1-0 start. you certainly love what we saw from the Rams here tonight. On the flip side, for the Clear Fork Colts, this is a team that struggled scoring during the preseason, during the summer as well. Defensively, pretty solid. They held their own here tonight against what we feel like is going to be arguably the most devastating offense in North Central Ohio. And then they do get that awesome goal, unexpected goal from Swindoll, with just a few minutes left to go, skying it over the head of the keeper. So for the Colts, you saw the potential. They had some buildups. The last pass, not necessarily available for them tonight, but certainly I think that the Rams had something to do with that as well. The back line for them, phenomenal. I want to take my hat off to Jordan Clark, filling in that center backer role and making it tough for Clear Fork.
Hi, Brian.
So the final stats here tonight, Travis will break it down for you. A lot more shots here for Madison.
Yeah.
A big collection of them, but Clear Fork looked a lot better, I think, in that second half.
That's why I gave possession 60-40. Because Clear Fork, especially in the last 10 minutes, they were in. They were attacking. They still couldn't get much of that offense going, but you saw with the laser from 45 yards out, they were able to get a goal. 16-5, 11-3, offsides, 2 each, and fouls tied at 7, but positives for Clear Fork, especially at the end of the match.
Yeah, a lot to take away from this one for both sides, but certainly got to be ecstatic about what you saw from Madison.
Oh, absolutely, and we knew what we were going to see from their main scorer, Joey Walker. He put on a show, especially late. Those 2 goals, almost got that third. He's going to be a special player.
Yeah, 24 goals in the last 19 matches for Joey Walker. And coming up here on the schedule for Clear Fork, you see they've got Vermilion and then Central Christian. So opportunities for them to get better and get some wins.
Yep, Madison with Vermilion and Clear Fork going to that Mid-Buckeye Conference Power in Central Christian. Both games coming up Tuesday at 7 o'clock. But you know what else is coming up, Brian?
That's right,
the
more
matinee.
live and free soccer, baby. So we're going to sign out for this one. We will see you guys. Lady Colts versus Lady Rams, round 1. They split last year. Colts got the better of it in the regular season. Rams got the last laugh when they got into the playoffs. How do things end up tonight? You're about to find out with us live and free as both teams are lining up right here and now. Big thank you to all of our generous sponsors, including Panchos, Tacos, Whitaker, Myers Wealth Managers, North Central State College, and Mechanics Bank. For Shane Young, Adam Thompson, Jory Hollenbeck, and Travis Berardi, I am Brian Skowronski saying so long for now, but we'll see you real soon.